Okay, first I'm going to show you the kit contents. So this is the Our Family kit from Altenew, and the first thing I'm going to show you is the paper. First we're going to start out with this beautiful green painted background that has tons of white space, which I love, and then a floral on the back, a teal and blue pattern here with a big floral, a pink pattern with a big wreath, this beautiful teal and a contrasting floral on the background, a crosshatch here with a really cool painted pattern. I love this stripe. That might be one of my favorites. And I love this pattern. I think I'm going to use it on my page today. Then a wood grain with a cool hand-drawn stripe, a green triangle with a gray pattern on the back, and a really cool black and white diamond pattern with a family tree on the back. And you get 2 of each of these patterns in the kit, so you have plenty of paper to create with. Okay, here's one of the cardstock die cut sheets. There's a lot of words about family and home. There's really cool patterns on their die cuts. The wood grain is there. On this page, this is another die cut sheet. There's a really cool frame. There's a lot of florals. I love the camera. That's definitely going to be one of the first used items. And then you get 2 of these chipboard die cut shapes. And these are self-adhesive and they have really great family words on them. And I love how they include in-law because that's not something you see a lot. These alphabet stickers are nice and thin and tall, and they come in 4 different colors. And then we have the wood veneer. This is really fine, intricate wood veneer, but it's really sturdy. Then you have a stamp, and that's like a 3-part rose there, and a couple of different phrases. Then the enamel dots, which are absolutely gorgeous. And lastly, a die cut frame that you can use with a manual die cut machine. So I'm scrapping 2 photos of my daughter on vacation in California. And I've chosen this beautiful pattern for the background because it really lends itself to the colors in my photo, and it also has a lot of white space, so that's kind of the perfect combination for me. I love this white area in the bottom corner. That might be where I put my journaling. So I'm going to cut this down to 8.5 by 11. My photos are sized at approximately 3 by 5. They're slightly off because I printed them at 4 by 6 and then cut them down to get some people out of the background. So I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off the top and the bottom of this page because I don't want to lose the white space over the ink blot at the top. And I want to be sure to keep some white space at that bottom right corner just in case that's where I want to put my journaling. So there's my page background. And there's my 2 photos there. I've decided to mat my photos with this pink cardstock because it really matches my daughter's shirt in the photo, and it really pops against those blues in the background of my photo. It's not often that I mat with a color, but for this layout, it's all about color. So I want to go out with the color that I'm adding here. Okay, I had a bit of technical difficulty, but you can see here that I added the die cut camera and as well as a few pieces of the Crate Paper Carousel collection, just 2 die cuts from that collection because they really matched with this kit. Now I'm using the wafer thin die here and a little bit of the stripe, which is the back of my background that I'm using for this page. So I'm just using what I have left from the page that I'm creating to cut out that little bit of yellow because I want to add more yellow to this page. You can see that the die cut on the top right, that happy die cut, has a bit of yellow, and I want to offset that. So here's my frame, and I'm going to put this just underneath my photo, kind of at an angle with that die cut camera. I also have the center of that frame that I'm going to be using later on the layout. Okay, these flowers, these leaves here, have just a tiny bit of true green in them, but I like the teal that they add down here and a bit of different texture to that bottom corner of my photo. So I'm going to add those in. And I'm going to take out my alphabet chipboard here because I'm really struggling with what to use for my title on this page. So I grabbed that happy die cut to think, because I thought I could use it as a title starter, but it's not really feeling right to me. So first I'm going to try Happy You, but that really doesn't work for me. I don't like the visual there. So let's try something else. Okay, next I'm going to try the word bright, because this layout is all about color and it's bright and beautiful, and I'm thinking that maybe I can make something work from this word. And I like how those alphas pop against that yellow spot on the background pattern paper. And I do like the placement of that word much better than I did with that die cut before, that happy die cut. So I feel like I'm on the right track, but possibly just not the right word. But while I was looking for different words, I did spot this little chipboard heart from the Carousel collection. So I went ahead and added that to the camera. So maybe bright you, but I don't like having one word horizontal and one word vertical. That's not really working for me. So I'm going back to my Altenew kit and I'm looking at the die cut words, the chipboard words that they have here. And the word life is popping out at me. So maybe bright life. Okay, I've had a bit of an epiphany with my title. So I grabbed this Happiness is Here die cut that's from the Carousel collection. And I'm going to stick that at the top there just to add a little bit more pink. And I'm trying to add, I'm trying to move my photos down a bit so that I can keep that yellow spot above the photo on the right. So I kept the word life, but I added that down to the bottom. And these photos were taken in Laguna Beach when we arrived in California. So I'm adding the word Cali at the top for California and life at the bottom. And here's the remnant from the die cut frame that I cut here. And I'm adding that to the bottom right underneath my photo to make that some hidden journaling. So this phrase on this stamp is every family has a story. But the only word I really want is story. I want the viewer to know that that's where my journaling is. So what I'm going to do is grab an acrylic block to put my stamp on. And then I'm going to grab a gum eraser because this is the first time I've used this stamp and I want to prime it. Next, I'm going to grab a water-based brush tip marker in black. This one's by Stampin' Up. And I'm going to color in only the word story because that's all I need. Once I have that completely colored in, I'm going to stamp it on a piece of scrap paper first, just to be sure. And you could hear there that I huffed on the stamp a few times to make sure that that was moist. So that's just expelling some hot breath onto the stamp. And that's a good thing to do when you do this technique, because sometimes the ink can dry pretty quickly when you're coloring it in with a pen. So I'm just adding some more ink on here just so I can stamp it again onto my yellow die cut. So I'm going to huff again and then stamp it right in the center there. And in the process, I've just moved everything around on my page. Okay, so that's going to go behind my photo, but first I'm going to go ahead and print my journaling onto that little die cut. So there's my journaling printed, and it's going to be hidden behind my photo. And the way you're going to be able to access that is that my photo is going to be bumped up with dimensional adhesive. So you'll be able to slide the journaling tag behind the photo. Now I really like the way that these photos are arranged right now, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere them together just quickly so that I can add dimensional adhesive to the two of them together as a group. Pretty much my entire photo mat is going to be one large group put together with dimensional adhesive. So the dimensional adhesive I use is from Stampin' Up, and I really love their dimensional adhesive. They have it in 2 different sizes, and it really works for me, so I just keep ordering it. So first I'm going to put my photos on. You can see here that my journaling tag can move there, and I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to my frame before I put on the camera. And I'm just adding that at a slightly different angle than my photo. Then my camera is going on, and this cute little banner, and I'm making sure that the arc in the banner matches with the arc on the dolphin so that it seems like it's put in the perfect place there. Now this happiness is here tag has a little bit of glitter that I would be putting underneath my photo, so why not just cut that off so that you can use it somewhere else and get a bit more balance on your layout. I'm going to put that floral die cut back in here, and you can see that this is the other size of dimensional adhesive that Stampin' Up! Use. It's much smaller. It's about half the size of the large foam adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and take the sticky off of the word life and also put some dimensional adhesive at the bottom. These alphas are self-adhesive. I'm just going to go ahead and peel off the back and stick them down. I love the way that those colors pop against that painted background. It just looks really pretty to me. And it looks so California to me, this layout, which is definitely what I was going for. Okay, so I'm pulling out the enamel dots, and I'm just going to add 3 different areas here. Now those stars are from the carousel collection. They were just on my desk from when I grabbed the collection before, and they look like they fit really well. That star sequin is also from the carousel collection, and you'll be able to find those links in the video notes. I'm just grabbing a glue dot to add that on. And then I have 2 bits of yellow, but I want to add another bit of yellow to the top by the word Cali. Now there's no yellow in the enamel dots. Just going to see if I can fit that remember anywhere. And there is that little bit of banner that I cut from the Happiness is Here die cut. I'm just going to add that to the left side just to balance out that glitter. And I'm going to see if there's anything I'm missing here. I wanted a little bit more yellow to add to the top by my title. And on the carousel chipboard stickers, there's a yellow star. So I'm going to put that right at the top. So there you have it. I really enjoyed working with the Altenew Our Family kit. There's some beautiful elements to this kit, and these colors are just fantastic. The pattern paper is really my favorite, and it was the basis for this entire layout. Thanks so much for watching. You could find all of the links to the product I used on this layout in my video notes, and they're all affiliate links, but you don't pay any more. I just get a small percentage of your sale. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for supporting my blog and this feed. Happy creating!